I think digital has a huge role to play for a marketeer in terms of building strong relationships with our consumers and allowing consumers to talk directly to a brand. It's a conversation, not just the traditional communication in terms of television advertising, which is really just the brand talking at the consumer, whereas digital gives us the opportunity to form a conversation and have a two-way conversation. I was in UCD from 1998 until 2002. I was very clear that I wanted to study business. From when I was about 7 or 8, I tried to sell the apples from my apple tree in the garden to the shop next door. So I always knew I wanted to be a businesswoman and looked into where the best place for me to do that was. So the fact that UCD had the biggest business school just helped me understand that this is a good option. I remember getting the letter, like waiting for the postman to come. So I got my offer and was pretty much straight into the bank to pay the deposit. And then next thing was on the phone trying to organise accommodation. I spent 3 years in UCD and then 1 year studying in Germany. I was on Erasmus in Regensburg. You never know where you're going to end up and what aspect of your degree you'll have to bring into play. When I finished in UCD, I felt that I had an opportunity to really contribute to society, and since I wasn't used to having very much money, I thought this was an ideal opportunity to work for a charity for a year. So I ran Isaac in Ireland for a year. Isaac organises work placements for students and recent graduates across the world. So that was great, and then after I finished that year, I took one of the positions that Isaac offered, one of the traineeships, and I went to work for Häagen-Dazs in the Philippines as a marketing assistant. Selling vanilla in Manila, I heard it a number of times. So it was a wonderful experience, and to be honest, the first few months were really a big culture shock, living in a country where I didn't speak the language, I didn't know the food, transport, 12 million people in this city, a lot of poverty, and I was selling a premium product. I suppose I've worked in a number of different companies and different aspects, mainly in marketing, but I started working with Kellogg's in 2007. So Kellogg's it's a very established brand, very loved brand, very trusted brand. I also became brand manager for Quinn Flakes, which is our iconic brand, and you know, it's a very important brand for Kellogg's. Kellogg's is cornflakes, and breakfast is Kellogg's, and breakfast is cornflakes. So that was very important for me to be part of and to be part of that journey. It is a little bit scary being given a brand that's been around for 100 years. So while history is important to us, we really like to look forward as well and what the new opportunities are. I'm very proud of my degree. I'm very proud of the work that I put into it. Again, the finance background and what you study in accounting does come into play, because you need to be able to look at a balance sheet and understand what's going on and be able to have an informed conversation with the rest of the people in your business. And I'll use the tools that I learned in those lectures and that course on a day-to-day basis. But there's lots of different things that I've learned, not just professionally, how to cook a meal, because I had to cook dinner when I lived on campus. So it's about the whole experience and growing from a teenager into an adult, and that's the journey that I really enjoyed.